deep breath. Exhale. One more. Exhale. Energy is important. When energy is exchanged, it's monumental. I want to thank everybody in here for exchanging energy with the openers and their friends and being supportive. Support is important, regardless of how, why, when, and where you do it. Thank you all so much for coming here and supporting me and giving me your energy. Thank you.
This nigga.
Can we get a blossom bang on 3 blood?
Have you ever wondered if the pain would fade? Don't bring it out again. Have you ever wondered if the pain would fade? Have you ever wondered? All I ever need is reality. Is a little bit of action towards consistency.
I had a few songs that I have a tendency to make and write a lot of songs and only perform them live. And then later be like, oh, maybe I should record it, you know, and then put it out. So a couple of the songs on my album I have already had that I'd been performing live, and they were really well received, and they had similar vibes to it. And I'm a musical lover, and I love to tell a story. And so I really wanted to tell a story about who the person that I saw right now, like as I was growing in that stage. Neil had sent me a beat catalog of a ton of beats, and even as we were going through the project, him and Damon Boucher were creating and compiling like song beats together. So I listened to a few of those and I was like, ooh, that has a vibe, like that's a vibe, and listened to the beats in order and was like, okay, I hear something. And then I started to write some, you know, there's maybe 2 or 3 songs that were written specifically for the album, and some other songs just kind of came to life through the journey of it. I write a lot in the car still, so like I'll just get beats and listen to them in the car and sing all day long up until I get to the studio. And then I like to be ready to do the song. I hate sitting in the studio and like thinking of a song. I start to overthink.
Maybe I'm a mess in a dress, but you're a fucking dick who cares less about who you hurt and who you burn. Lesson learned. Oh, I could blame the simple things, like having some fun is a simple thing, like begging your baby for wedding rings. You get what you get, work is everything. Oh, you plead insanity. Well, the case isn't shut, so you're left with me. Cry all you want, there's nothing left to see. You cut out my heart, you're no friend to me. I think this part right here, that I like that piano that you did. If you like let it go into that piano play, would be dope. Like go.
My decision to get a live band instead of just having me and a DJ like some of my typical sets, mainly was because, you know, as I was making the album, I met a lot of really great musicians along the way, and they all played in the band with me. And for me, that album is like nostalgic of just a place that I was in, and playing with those musicians reminded me of like the feeling that I had when I created my album, and a feeling that I wanted to give back to the audience and the people watching the show. There's just a different way you connect when you get to see, you know, the actual beat being played by the actual instruments that are on the track. And also maybe seeing the ways that some songs get recreated. I love watching that as a fan of music. I love watching artists kind of make a live version of a studio song, and they always like look like they're having so much fun creating in that moment as well, because it's a moment. It feels different every time you do it. You rehearse it, but then when the actual show is happening, it's still different than when it was in rehearsal. You know, like you're still finding new ways to like fall in love with a piece of music. I was working with real ass musicians. They went to school for this, and I am a musician by ear. And I'm not too. I am humble enough to admit that I was a little bit nervous that I wouldn't know how to communicate with them. They worked with me and listened to me and taught me things when I needed patience. To be able to learn, I wanted to learn how to communicate with them and how to see things in their eyes and hear things in their language. It was a lot of joyous work for us to get together just due to our schedules and them learning material that they've never learned before in this short amount of time that we were able to schedule it. They were out of town or out of the country, and we only had a month to do it with a rehearsal a week. My inspiration for Glitch and More Than, because they're both shot in venues that I really like in the city, Mississippi Studios and Jack London have amazing sound systems, and they've given me a lot as a performer to like feel immersed in the music while I'm on stage. And I wanted to show the intimacy of me being alone and enjoying music. Like, even in a crowded room, even on a crowded stage, sometimes I feel so at home that I feel alone. And I feel like I'm just enjoying an experience. And I wanted people to enjoy that experience, even if it's sad. Glitch is a song about ending something and me and that person not having the guts to communicate with each other in person. So I'm write it out. So I loved writing Glitch. I love Glitch. It's a happy feeling song because I'm able to release something. More Than is that lustful late night song, and still the intimacy of making decisions when you're out. Sometimes when you're out in a crowded room, you feel alone, and you feel in your head. And I wanted to show the thought process that happens sometimes when you're out and you're drinking and you're alone. And I really was inspired by how kind of sexy Jack London is and the lighting is. And, that jazz lounge singer that's so mysterious. I wanted to do that there.
Natural selection. Is it fair? Is it fake? Is it a couple of whiskey sours? A heavy pour? How could you want more than at check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clean up on aisle 6. Check.
I love like singing to people, which I just realized that, because I had really bad stage fright. So I wasn't looking at people when I would sing. Like I was just singing for like release for a long time. And then as soon as I kind of got over my stage fright and started like actually looking at people when I sang, I like really got full joy and fulfillment in interacting with people while I'm on stage.
Alright, ladies, can you pop your pussy for a real one? The front row is sexy as fuck.
It's like seeing what they enjoy about my music and seeing what I enjoy about my music, and here like seeing that my stories like being heard, the stories that I tell when I sing are being heard and received. Cha-Cha's my brand manager, and we met through this photo shoot production called Suitcase Laundry, where it was like photographers, models, makeup artists all got together, and in a day we would just take pictures like and work as a team and just do that. And our friend introduced us and was like, y'all, like I could just see y'all vibing, and literally we've been obsessed with each other ever since. So the set design for this show was like originally something completely different, because we thought we would have a completely empty stage. And then as it got closer to the show, we learned that like we're not able to give you that much of the stage, and we cannot remove the set that's already there, because it was 2 backyards, and like the play was 2 owners arguing about their backyards. So there's like a big ass tree, a deck, and 2 like back patios, like, and it was like a 2-story buildings with a sunset, like, the sky set. So Cha-Cha had to reimagine my album, because my album is definitely not in the backyard, and just like, really, we had to really sit with it and pull out like all our interpretations of what the whole project was and how we could make it blossom and make it maybe. And she did that. She really came in and made it such a backyard vibe, really intimate, like backyard shows that we used to do with like Doug and YGB, and really made it a very Portland scene of summer, with like friends jamming out, like, and like the audience being friends. It felt really, really intimate, even though it was such a big space. Release night was literally a dream. Like my intimate community is so important to me, and I wanted them to feel special. And I wanted the community that embraced me first, the Black and brown community, to be in a space that we aren't typically in, just due to proximity or the type of shows that are thrown there aren't tailored to our community. And from the first time that I performed in the Armory, I was like, I'm going to do a show on that main stage. And that was like 4 years ago. I didn't know what type of show, I didn't know what I was going to do, but I was like, I'm going to throw a show here, and I'm going to make sure that the Black and brown community gets into this space. And it meant a lot to me for my family, the openers and their family, their community, people that I've been working with from day one, to be able to enjoy a show with their families, and for it to be all ages, and for them to see themselves on a big stage like that. Maybe it is an album of the girl that can do it and will do it, all on her own, but asking not to, and is asking to and is showing that she wants help, and she wants to be loved, and she wants to be soft. And I want people to take away from it that it's okay to be both. You can definitely be hard, and you could be the independent woman. You could be the mama, you could be the auntie, you could be the leader, you could be strength, and still be soft, and still be accepting of love and willing to accept that as well.
I could be your sugar, sugar.